Namaste everyone, I am Ramyashri. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. Wishing everyone a very happy Republic Day. 26th Jan is not just Republic Day for me but also the yearly anniversary of Ramya Jyotish. On 26th of Jan 2023, exactly 3 years ago, I started it as Ashwin's Astrology and later changed the name to Ramya Jyotish. And with your support, with your guidance, suggestions and your care, affection and with your blessings which you showered upon me, I was able to reach this stage. So I would like to take this moment to express my gratitude. Thank you so much for your support and for your guidance throughout the years, and I hope you keep doing this in future as well. Thank you so much. In this video, I'll continue with Medini Jyotish predictions for the next 45-50 days because we are going through a sensitive time period as I mentioned in one of my Insta reels. So that's why this prediction or this analysis is very much required right now. I have considered country charts of all those for which the data is available and it is verified by the senior astrologers or eminent astrologers, and that's why it will be much more accurate, or it will be much more easier for us also to understand. So I hope you like the analysis. Please do watch the video till the end. And please provide your feedback in the comment section. For consultations or for any other queries, you can refer to the link in my bio. Thank you. So here we go. I have taken multiple country charts, including Bharat, Russia, USA, Israel, Iran, Pakistan, Nepal, Canada. So I have taken all these charts and would like to analyze from the transit point of view also. A Bharat chart is mainly on Indian Independence Day basis, 15th August 1947, 0 hours 1 minute in Delhi. So we can see it's Vrishabh Lagna with Rahu in the Lagna, Mars in second house, and 5 planets in the third house, Ketu in seventh, and Jupiter in the sixth. So I have taken the true node of Rahu Ketu and Chitra Paksha and Amsha for any astrology students who would like to know the details of how I arrived at, based on the degrees, everything. If they have a, if they want to know the information. So now I would like to consider the Dasha point of view. So we are going through Mangal Dasha and Rahu Antar Dasha right now. So Mangal is a Marak planet for this Lagna. For India's Lagna, Vrishabh Lagna, Mangal becomes the 7th lord as well as the 12th lord. So Mangal is a fierce commander in chief, and it started somewhere in uh, August 2025. So based on the Chitra Paksha and Amsha, it started from 25th of August 2025. If you take Lahari and Amsha, it will show September, but based on the true Chitra Paksha and Amsha, it is from August 2025. So 7th and 12th house is very important from the war perspective. So Gurudev used to say that whenever the country or the country leader goes through the 7th Lord's Dasha, wars or threat to the border, threat from the enemy countries are very much expected. And that's what we can see in this 7 years. Mars is a 7 year Dasha. So from 2025 to 2032, we can see more such instances. And Mars is also of the same nature and he is placed in Aridra Nakshatra. So in the Navamsha, he is going to a very good Navamsha, I can say. And Mars is in a sixth house in D10 also, and it is placed with Ketu, and Rahu is in the 12th. So a frequent, what to say, uh, interrogation of suspects, convicts, or terror attacks, or some or the other kind of problems we will face during the Mangal Dasha for these 7 years. So that's the general prediction we can make based on the Dasha point of view. Now going to much deeper way, because we have started with Mangal Dasha and Rahu Antar Dasha, how this 1 year would be. Taking the transit for the next 2 months. So let me start with the current time period only. So if I take the transit, which is at the outside, So four planets are sitting in ninth house, and Mangal, who is the Dasha Lord, is exalted and Vargotam in ninth house. So this is a very good time period for our country. So Mangal is in a full action. The commander in chief, the army, the intelligence agency, everyone are in a very good action point, because 12th house represents, because Mangal is also the lord of 12th house. It represents the intelligence. It also represents the secret plots. It also represents the espionage kind of activities, and that spies, if they are active in the foreign countries, or even in our country, all those spies who are active, or foreign powers which are trying to influence the country, they also will be kept in consideration, or they will be under observation, surveillance is what I can say. So conspiracy, spies, all these things matters the most right now. And for the next 25-30 days, Mangal would be there in the Capricorn sign only. In next 10 days, we will see Mercury and Venus moving out of Capricorn, and they will enter Aquarius. So once all these three planets, Mercury, Venus, Sun, moves to Aquarius, and Mangal becomes alone in Capricorn, we may see some kind of tensions across the borders emerging, because currently Mangal is combust by Sun. So that's why government is not communicating anything as such. It is with Mercury, Venus, Mars. So media is silent. There is no news on it, because all these activities have to be carried out in a very strict and in a very secretive manner, and that's why we won't see any of this news um, anywhere in the media for next few days. Once Mercury, Venus, and Sun moves out of it, that is by 12th of Feb, all of these three planets will move out of Capricorn and will move to Aquarius, Kumbh Rashi, and they conjunct with Rahu, and that's when the situation will amplify. So Mangal will remain here till 24th of Feb. So Bharat is in a very good time, is what I can say, because Mangal in such a good strength, and in the Shadbal also of our birth chart, we can see Mangal is at a very high strength. So somewhere government is taking a very good care, and they are very alert also. This is what I can say. So even if there is any little bit of mishap also, country and the government is able to subdue them, and also able to cover for them, and we won't see much casualties till the 12th of Feb, because no matter what happens, the party in power is fully efficient enough, our country is fully efficient enough to take care of it. And army and all the three forces, army, air, and navy, all three are high on a high alert right now, is what I would say. So since August, when the Mangal Dasha started itself, we are on high alert. May not be in the news, because Mangal being in Rahu's nakshatra, and he is in Simha Rashi with Ketu here, he is maintaining but secrecy. So as I mentioned, these activities definitely require that, and that's what is happening right now. So that's what I would say. Lagna Lord in the ninth house is also good one, though it is Kambas. And Lagna's Yoga Karaka Shani Dev, that is ninth and 10th Lord, is placed in 11th house right now, and he will continue to stay there till next year, June 2027. And that's why any planet in the 11th house is really good in transit, and we can see very good results, because Saturn usually does really well when placed in 3, 6, and 11, Trishadaya. And so when Yogakaraka is in a very good position, we don't have to be afraid. But he will get combust somewhere in March, and till the start of April. So during this time, we may see some mishaps, but because of Mangal's very good position, we'll be able to handle that. Because even when Mangal comes to Kumbh Rashi after 24th of Feb, it will conjunct with Rahu, and Rahu is that kind of a planet who doesn't care for anyone, or who is not afraid of anyone except Mangal. Because if Rahu is like a thief, Mangal is like police. So Mangal, whenever he finds Rahu, always opens his sword, and Rahu is always afraid of Mangal. That's why. So there will be an Angara cube which will get formed in Kumbh Rashi from 24th of Feb, and that could be a bit a tensed moment, is what I would say, because on 3rd of March we will have lunar eclipse in Singh Rashi, which is the fourth house for our country's chart. And naturally, Singh Rashi is the Rashi, which represents government, party in power, and all the political activities. So 24th of Feb onwards till 10th or 11th of March, till that time Jupiter gets direct, because currently Jupiter is aspecting Rahu but is in a Vakri position. So that's why it is not in that good strength to control the activities of Rahu. Because when a planet is Vakri, it will be away from the Earth's surface, very far away, and that's why the aspect or effect won't be instant, it will get delayed. And that's the reason Jupiter's aspect on Rahu is not sufficient or is not to the mark to control the Rahuvian activities. And Rahu is alone here. He doesn't have a body right now, and that's why he's not able to do anything. But once he get the planets like all this in the month of Feb and March, that's when he will be able to act. But by 11th of March, when Jupiter turns direct, that's when he will be able to control Rahu. So 24th of Feb to 11th of March seems to be a very sensitive time for Bharat. But before that, we don't have to worry. Mangal is in a very good strength and will be able to subjugate any kind of attacks or any kind of conspiracies which will happen against a country. So that's the future next 45 to 50 days of a country. So I would suggest, based on the Kurma Chakra also, currently, because all the planets are placed in Uttarashada, Shravana, and Dhanishta, I would suggest not to travel to the north of the country or northwest of the country, because now, after being in these nakshatras, planets will move to Shatabisha, Purva Bhadrapada, and Uttara Bhadrapada, which is in the north. So, northwest, north, and northeast, if we take in a long way, because if we have to consider till the end of April, because Surya enters Ashwini Nakshatra on 14th of April. So, all these planets, Surya, Mangal, Buddha, Shukra, which is following the sun in the same motion, because all of these are fast moving planets, and all their motion is somewhat similar or not varying in days. Sun takes 30 days, Venus takes 27 days around, Mercury 20 to 25 days, and Mangal is 45 days. So considering all that, I can say Feb we are safe to a very great extent. March onwards, it's difficult. Feb, even if whatever happens, we'll be able to control it because of Mars' exemplary position. But March, with the aspect of Jupiter, that is with the diplomatic talks, with a lot of interrogation, will be able to control. But March and April looks very severe, because in the month of March, when Sun enters Uttara Bhadrapad Nakshatra, it will conjunct with Shani Dev here. So, Surya Shani conjunction is generally not considered good for political affairs, for the government or the party which is in power, and generally for the country also. Because in our country's chart, Surya is the fourth lord and Shani is the ninth and tenth lord. So, this is the only Lagna where Surya Shani will have the Tatkalika Maitri. So temporarily they will be friends, but naisargic तरीके से, but from natural point of view, Sun and Saturn are fierce enemies. So when they conjunct in Uttara Bhadrapad Nakshatra in the month of March, and next till the 14th of April, when Sun and Saturn is there, so it will be a not so good time, because even Venus wouldn't be in a good position, and even Saturn wouldn't be in a good position. Both Lagna Swami and Yoga Karaka not in a good position can cost us some unprecedented events, and that's why March looks even more bit vulnerable. But considering the Mangal's very fierce position in Capricorn as well as in Aquarius, because if we see, no planets gain strength in Capricorn and Aquarius other than Mangal, because it's the Saturn, Shanidev's Rashis, and only Mangal gets exalted in Capricorn. So it's a very slow and a very, only Mars attains good strength in this Saturn's Rashi, Capricorn as well as in Aquarius. That's why the Dhanishta Nakshatra, the main nakshatra of Mangal, is spread between these two Rashis, and Mangal gets exalted here because Saturn gives immense amount of pressure, stress, and only Mangal will be able to overcome through its strict discipline, which is even appreciated by Saturn. But Saturn loses strength in Mangal's Rashi. That's something which we have to remember here. So, because of Mangal's very good strength for the next 2 3 months, which is represented by all the three forces, Army, Air Force, and Navy, we'll be able to surpass this sensitive time, and we can definitely hope for a very great amount of victory also. And this will boost the image of our country, because Saturn in the 11th house represents that kind of a recognition, that kind of a valor, and also for immense popularity, and that is definitely possible. And some kind of alliance or some kind of ambassadors sent to foreign countries, and gains from other nations, all of these are possible. And we will receive a lot of appreciation, support from other countries. That's something very much noted for the next 2 3 months, is what I can say. So this was about our country's chart. So if you have any other uh, uh, feedback or suggestion, you can actually put it in the comment section. I'll try to answer that. So now let's go ahead to the other charts actually. For Russia, if I apply the same composite chart with Lagna's transit, so because it's in the north of it, and even northwest, northeast, all these three situation is bit vulnerable based on the nakshatra transit, as I mentioned. So here we can see it is Kanya Lagna with Jupiter in the 10th and Mangal in the 7th. So that's why they're always in a war mode, or they're always alert, is what I can say. And here we can see planets like all these four, Mangal, Surya, Mercury, Venus, is in the fifth house, and very soon they'll enter sixth house and then seventh. So somewhere Russia is also in a situation that they are also on high alert, because sixth house is the natural house of war, and seventh house as well. So six and seven are mainly for the war, and once these planets enter here, so we can see some action or some kind of a uh, movement from Russia as well, we can say. Okay, and they are going through Guru Dasha right now. 2024 Feb onwards, they are in Guru Dasha, and we don't see major actions since then. But March 2026 onwards, they'll enter Saturn Antar Dasha. For this Lagna, Saturn is the fifth and sixth lord and is placed in fifth house, and with Rahu and with Chandra as well. Saturn is retrograde also. That's something we should remember. Saturn is placed in its own house, and Saturn is Vargottam also. So we can see the same position in D9, and in D10, it is placed in the fifth house, which is a friendly sign. And also to say, it is aspecting Mercury, and it is aspecting Venus, the Lagna Lord, and also it is aspecting the second house. So, considering all these points, I can say they are also likely to enter a sensitive time period. But because of their very strong position of Jupiter, because who is the fourth and seventh lord in a 10th house and the same dasha, they will be a very good beneficial and a very big support for our country, Bharat. They have been throughout the years, throughout the decades, and they will continue to be the same, and we can hope for that. So even Russia seems to be in a sensitive situation, and we hope that they also will be victorious like us. And let's move it to the other set of charts. So whether we see the Israel chart or any other set of chart. Okay, let's first take Israel only. So from the Israel chart also, so here they are going through Rahu Dasha, Guru Antar Dasha, and they have all the planets again here in the fifth house. So they also there will be the transit of so many planets in the sixth house, and where Rahu is already present. So for them also it seems to be a tough time. Okay, and when we come to Iran chart also, planets are placed in the seventh house. So they are already in a war mode, is what I can say, because when planets are directly placed in the seventh house, it's a pure time, or it indicates that kind of a situation. and Jupiter Rahu started from June 2025 for them. So their time is not that good since last year. And now they are entering Jupiter Rahu and Saturn from Feb 11, and so many planets in the seventh house, that to Mangal also, who is a Yog Karak for this Lagna, in the seventh house in transit, and also Rahu in the eighth, and then Saturn in ninth. So this indicates a sudden attack or some mishap in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, because the chart does indicate that, because before 12th of Feb we can expect it, I can say, but because they are in Guru Dasha, we won't see major problems to them in a larger way, but they will be able to somehow clear the things through diplomacy, through talks, because Jupiter is exalted in their Lagna. And the time period would be mainly from Feb 11, in and around, I can see, because the planets tend to give results little bit before. So it may start before 12th of Feb and may continue for couple of months. Uh, it will be halted in between. They will have talks, and then again it won't function properly, and all those things, all those dramas will unfold, is what I would say for is Iran as well. And when we see for a dear neighbor Pakistan, they are going through Venus Mercury, and this October they'll start with Venus Ketu. So their actions may come bit very late, because Venus Mercury generally is not a good planet, because Venus is the seventh lord. So they are in a war mode from last 20 years. So they have never been in rest. I can say from 2007 2008 onwards they are very powerful, and they are in that hunting. Mode itself. So Venus, Mercury in the fourth house, and if you see in the transit also, okay. So they are placed in the 10th house, and very soon it will move to 11th house. So they are planning, they are actually trying to do their part, but they are not able to be successful, because their dasha is not supporting to that indication. Venus Mahadasha, yes, it represents, but Venus is currently combust and in not so good position. And the Yoga Karaka for this Lagna is mainly Surya, because it's the fifth lord, and Sun is in the 10th house, but it will get into solar eclipse. So 17th of Feb seems to be not so good time period, but they will try to do something or the other to their neighboring countries, especially to Bharat, so that may be attacked really well, because of Bharat being in such a very good time period. So that's what I can say. But once Venus Ketu starts in October 2026 onwards, we may see the major implications, is what my analysis is. Now coming to Nepal, theirs is Makar Lagna, and with Rahu in the Lagna. So if I take the composite chart here with the transit in the outside, so they are going through Saturn Mercury. So they are in Saturn Dasha from a very long time, 22 and 22 onwards. So that's why things didn't work well, and Gen Z out through the government. So Saturn represents the public mass, and even in the natal chart, the Lagna Lord or second Lord going to the 8th house is definitely not a good sign. And with Rahu placed there, that means a lot of nomads or uh, what to say, Nautanki kind of events will happen during the Saturn Dasha, because in the Saturn Dasha, Rahu also gets activated. He gets that power. So because he's setting that in the Rashi of Saturn, which is the Lagna, so Rahu tends to give more results. So that's why, in a very unprecedented, in a very unconventional manner, the government was thrown out, and a new government was established by Gen Z, which was totally unexpected. And because of Mangal Ketu in the seventh house, so they keep having those kind of situation again and again. Because it's Saturn and Mercury, it will be a bit stable for some time, and all these planets are transiting over Rahu itself. So current time period also seems to be very sensitive. That's what I would like to say. And once Saturn Ketu starts, it would be really worse, because Saturn Ketu, Saturn Venus can be one of the worst time periods for this chart. Considering that Saturn Ketu is in those kind of situation, and Venus is again here combust. We can see a 70% combust it is. So, and it is also the 22nd Dreshkona Lord, 64 Navamsha Lord. Okay, so it's really not good, and Venus is the Gnati Karaka. So all the negative things we can say here, even though it's a yoga karaka, it is highly afflicted, and and it's aspected by Saturn also. So what else we can try to see, because there is no aspect of Jupiter. Jupiter is pretty weak. So 28 July onwards, we see a very tough time for them. So until then, there will be the protest, labor strike, student strike, all these things which keeps happening on a timely basis. And now also they may see some problems, but not in a major one, is what I would like to say. Because now Rahu transiting over Moon, so they are bit uh, रास्ता भटक गया है, वो तो मैं that's what I can say for them. Next, seeing to Canada. Seeing for the okay, yeah, even in Nepal chart, if you see here, Mercury, Saturn is in the seventh house and Venus in the Lagna. So Saturn is exalted here in D10, but not expected by any good planets. But Saturn, Mercury, somehow they'll be able to manage, because the exalted planet and also in the seventh house, though it indicates like warlike situation, but won't give to won't damage to that extent. So now if we look into Canada's chart, um I'm rushing, I know that, but due to time constraint as well as to give reliable and limited information as of now, because it requires a lot of detailed analysis. So in Canada's chart, we can see all the planets in 11th house. So don't see major activities right now, but once all these planets move to the 12th house, a lot of spy or espionage or lot of planning, secret plots, those kind of events may happen from Canada, I mean, or to in Canada. And because of Mangal Rahu in the sixth house, they are always threatened by enemies and they will be facing some or the other issues. They are also in Saturn Mercury, which is not so good dasha, because for them also, Saturn, the 11th and 12th lord, is in 8th house, exalted and in retrograde motion. But Saturn Mercury, so is generally considered a very good dasha. And Mercury is the 7th and fourth lord, so that's why they are also in a kind of a warlike situation. But Mercury is a conditional benefit, and because it's in a Shubha Rashi, it will not execute or will not get into that mode. But Canada will have its own rule, or lot of enemies will get shelter here and they may try for any secret plots. So those kind of events also may happen during this time. So that's from the Canada. So now going through the biggest of all, USA's chart. Currently, USA is going through Rahu Saturn. Very soon they'll enter Rahu Mercury. So Rahu Saturn is like double Rahu, double Saturn, as I mentioned in most of my videos, and they are Simha Lagna, Singh Lagan, and so many planets in sixth house. So once all these planets enter Aquarius, they'll get into a war mode. That's evident, and probably they'll try doing it before the 12th of Feb also. But once we hit 12th Feb, when Surya enters here and gets conjunct with Rahu, because Rahu is already going through moon, so that's why the decisions which they are taking is literally childish, and they have that kind of a tendency also. So once these planets move to Aquarius, there will be some action or some kind of military activities which we will see from USA. So all these four planets in Aquarius would be very dangerous. So somewhere we can see from 24th onwards, it could be, and solar eclipse will be visible there. So it would be really vulnerable for them, is what I would say, because it will happen directly in their seventh house. So it indicates a war, like a situation. So that's very much possible, is what my analysis is. But once Rahu Mercury starts, which represents the whole 12th house, a lot of deportation, many of the immigrants would be sent back, or uh, a lot of such activities of outrageous racist kind of situations also may develop or may happen from September 2026 onwards. So to say from this Medini Jyotish predictions, for major of the countries except one or two here, the current time looks very possible for a warlike situation or for some military action, and especially for Bharat, for USA, for Russia, for Iran, this is highly likely. And Nepal, Canada, Pakistan will play a like a backside role. What I would say, they may go for secret plots, or they may actually try to do things from the back, or the people there, I would say. So I don't say the country gets involved there, but the enemies who might be residing there may be involved in these activities, because at the end of the day all the countries are good and they are thriving for their success, for the betterment of their country, and I wish them good luck. But the threat from the enemies is surreal for majority of the countries charts, uh, as I have seen here. So let's pray to Ma Parvati and Mahadev that we don't face such kind of bloodshed or warlike situation again now, because it's disheartening to lose even one life, no matter whose it is not good. So let's pray, and that's what my analysis for today is. If you like it, please do share the videos among your friends and family circle, and also drop in your feedback in the comment section. So thank you so much and have a good day.